welcome to a very cheery Marilyn this morning. I don't know why she's cheery with everything that's happening.
I
But I
know.
tell you what, we've got another different program today. We're going to stretch your imagination, something rotten. We're going to start off strangely with AI, which seems to be overtaking us. Beware, it's not as good as you think. And you'll realize this as time passes. And we've come across something that we have discussed before, but we must do it again, in that there are many lonely people
Mm.
around that create their own husband, wife, friend out of AI. And it's very sad.
It
I had
is
a
sad.
pal
It
I've
is
been
sad.
talking to just this last week,
Mm.
and he was eulogizing over his pet AI, GPT AI, call them what you like, there's various models you can choose from. And I said, blankety blank, watch it because we have evidence of it doing a lot of damage. Now, he has left his wife, he's on his own, and he's got nothing better to do than watch telly. He's very lonely. And a lot of people are in similar circumstances and they make a pal.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, and unless you are completely, totally a quadriplegic or something like that, there's plenty of people you can go outside and help. Do someone's garden, do someone's shopping, work in a charity shop. There's plenty of things that you can do that where you can outreach and meet people.
And he says she speaks back to me.
Oh,
I mean, this is a highly intelligent guy that's being
oh
trapped.
my golly, he needs sectioning.
Well, I'll tell you what, he needs to get still a bit stability back because there's been suicides from this, and you've got to be so careful what to do.
Well, yeah, which came first, the chicken or the egg? I mean, they must have been already mentally have a problem with their mental health anyway, mustn't they? Surely to go down this. So who didn't pick that up in the first place? Or did it slip through the net?
Well,
Or did he not admit it? Because men are notoriously awful, aren't they, at saying that they've got something wrong, which is why
yes,
the
they
40 year
regard.
olds in between 40s, there's such a high suicide rate. It's the highest rate of male deaths in their 40s is suicide.
It's regarded as weakness, I suppose.
Well, it's crazy, isn't it? We're all human. We all struggle in one way or another at some point, and it's stupid not to sort of reach out. It's got silly. No, I just don't. It's silly to be that if you're proud, if you like, too proud to ask for help.
Well, maybe, but whatever it is, be careful of these
Oh
beasts.
yeah.
They don't take any prisoners. I tell you another thing that we've mentioned on a previous occasion. We said, don't worry about your television set listening to you. Don't worry about your phone listening to you. When you suddenly see an advert the next day on something that you might have casually mentioned. And we said, don't panic. It's probably you've been online and an algorithm has picked this up. And that's why you've been sent the same article. It's not something out of heaven that God's been listening to you and he's given you a prompt. It doesn't work that way. But the jury's still out. But I'll tell you what, I am worried because I was in the dentist chair on Saturday morning. Now, I've got a lovely dentist here because I lost my two front teeth from Christmas. But I've got a telly program to do it. I'll come out specially, Rodney. And he did, bless him. Man, you had to take a mortgage out, but that's another problem. So there we were on Saturday morning discussing things. I said, well, I do use tape on my teeth to floss them. He said, well, the better way is to get a product like Listerine. I said, all right then. Having looked at the warning notices, all in Spanish, but then they go over the top. I'm not putting that in my mouth. If you swallow it by accident, you've got to go and see the hospital straight away.
It's
I thought, oh, for
disgusting.
goodness sake. And
No, I don't like Listerine. I use a mouthwash, but I don't like Listerine.
well, I did not go online. I did not talk about it. And blow me the following day, there's this magic bottle coming out of your screen saying, "Bio." Now I traced it back. It's the pharmacy.
Oh,
Now that bothers me. That's the only person, me and the pharmacy, that knew this. And I think a deal is going on between the pharmacias
oh yes,
in Spain
yes.
and those that will want to sell product. Now that concerns me.
Well, the big pharma,
Yeah, big
huge
pharma
huge and powerful.
and powerful indeed. So there you go, be warned. Don't look at a thing even
Well,
big.
you see, I always look at everything that's on the back of a box or a bottle. I always do. And I also want to check with a lot of these things that like soaps and stuff. I want to know that they haven't been tested on animals.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying the same thing.
I just,
There's no need. I mean, if it's going to save you or save your life because it's an important medicine, and if it's a choice between you and an animal, with regret, you're more important than the animal. But for something you're going to slap on your face that's going to
yeah, that's what I mean. That I mean, makeup and stuff like that, and toothpaste, and no, my body's a temple.
yes.
That's why I marinate it in wine.
Well, I'll tell you what, while we're on the subject, and we, as you know, people, we don't care what we say, we do. I've noticed on a certain television program and a certain lady that will be nameless, allegedly, I'll use all the words to keep out of jail as I can, that suddenly this very black, excellent lady interviewer and presenter has got several shades of white and even rouge on the cheeks because somebody's whispered in her ear that you don't really come over very well in the telly. No, I allegedly, but you see this going on all the time. People experimenting on how they look. They change their glasses,
Yeah, yeah.
and then they change their hairstyle and the color of their hair. And okay, it's a competitive business, but it's so obvious with people,
Mm.
especially when they do it every week. They don't seem to be able to get the image that they want. There again, there's a lot going on in the brain, isn't there? There.
Well, yeah. I mean, I suppose that's lucky women can do that. We can change our perception, we can't we? When we can do that so much easier than men. We have a lot more hair and we can wear it up, we can wear it down, we can, I think we can, it's quite fun being able to change your. I've had the same hairstyle for some time now, but when I look back at photos of me, oh my goodness, I've gone every single like really short, really long, curly. I had a blonde phase. I had a
Blonde
ridge
face.
phase.
What you
I
don't
mean,
say
look at
about
some of the
blonde.
photos of me going back over the years, and my kids just like, oh my gosh, mum, look at it. I went, I know.
What is she this week?
I don't, maybe it'll be purple.
Wicked witch of the north, south, east, or west. Yes, behave yourself. Anyway, I'll tell you what, this is a joke before everybody takes me to court again. How about going really dark, black? Do you fancy that?
What,
Put
my hair?
yeah, no, your face.
Well, I look a bit odd if it's just my face, but no.
Well, all right. Another bit.
I like a nice deep tan. That's fine.
Well, that's it. That's what you do and go on holiday.
Yeah,
But
I know.
if you dare suggest what I suggested,
But they
you're in
they they
trouble.
have. Don't knock it. Black people have very, very clear skin. A lot of them. My daughter used to say to me in Bermuda, "There's no crack in black, mum."
No, it's
And they have got lovely skin. Some of them have got lovely skin, beautiful skin.
but it's protecting you from
Exactly.
underage.
Exactly. My stepdaughter-in-law is half Nigerian. Oh, I tell you, her color of her skin is enviable. And every color, she looks stunning in it.
Which part of Nigerian
I'm not sure.
or which part is half? But yet, as you've mentioned Nigeria, the Donald has come along
Yes.
and said just what every British Prime Minister would say. We're sick of people, Christians,
Mm.
being killed, thrown out of their houses, villages decimated and you do nothing about it. Now, we've been saying this for
Yeah,
years.
you have, and I picked up on it last night. It was on GB News. Alex Armstrong was on about it,
And
and I thought,
well done, and Patrick Christie's the night
I
before.
mean, it's I mean it. I know it's been there because you and I have spoken about it before, but I didn't realize it was as bad as it is.
It is, and I confirmed this with a Nigerian young lady who was staying with us for a while. The country's divided into two: the northern half of Nigeria, which is the most populous country in Africa and the richest country in Africa. But Boko Haram,
Ah,
which is all part of the Hamas lot, if
mm,
you analyze it, being funded by Iran.
mm.
They are clearing villages literally of life as well as the cement and brickwork. And Boko Haram stands for we hate what's happening in the West. Well, so do a lot of people that are in the
Yeah.
West. But obviously, their religious Islamic context is out
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
and they're just killing people. And the press, the media, have just ignored it both sides of the pond until the Trump gets hold of it, and well done him. Now, some
yeah.
people say, oh, he's going over the top because what he said is that, first of all, we're going to cut down what we supply to you. We're going to put gigantic tariffs on you. And if you don't take action, we are coming in there physically and
Mm,
annihilating Boko
mm,
Haram.
mm. And you see, when I heard what he said, because it was quite late last night when that came on, because Alex was on quite late, um, and then I heard and read about what, Trump said. But that's what leaders do. He's saying, right, enough, enough. This is what's going to happen, and he will do it. He will do it. And unfortunately, you have got to meet strength with strength, haven't you, really? And he's right to he's right to raise it on this and other people to follow, and he absolutely is. I mean, I didn't realize it was as bad as it is. I was
Oh,
quite shocked.
it is terrible, and it's gone
I
on
was
and
quite
on.
shocked last night, but they covered it a lot on GB News. Alex
Yeah, they
Armstrong,
did.
and
Well
yeah.
done them. But having said that, is there a point in saying, wow, if we lived in America and this lot was going on in America, would we respect Russia coming over and bombing our country? It's very difficult.
Yeah, yeah, no. Well, I mean, I just don't understand people that would want to run a country. I really don't get it. What I don't get either, though, is people that don't. I mean, this government does not listen. It does absolutely does not listen. I mean, I just don't. And I mean, when you're a leader, you do make decisions. You have to make decisions that are not necessarily popular, but for the benefit of the people that live in the country. But there's this lot just aren't listening over here. They're carrying on with their own agenda, and no one's, I just despair, really. I despair what's going on in this country.
Yes, we're an outlier in many ways. Other countries are ignoring it. It's not just the United Kingdom.
Mm.
They don't care. You're not fashionable if you're a Christian.
But imagine if it was the Muslims. Goodness me, there'd be a problem, wouldn't there?
Well, I'll tell you one problem. We'll go to the United States, and it's Zoran Mamdani. Yeah, I know, I said that. Who? Well, apparently he's a rapper, so that gives him every right to become
Right.
mayor of New York City.
Oh,
But
right,
New York
okay.
City, uh, on its own, is probably the 50th richest country in the world, or something outstanding because a lot of economy there. And to quote the people who don't like him, he is an anti-Semite, a socialist, a communist, a radical Muslim. Now, does that remind you of anybody else in the United Kingdom? In London, hint, nudge, it's
Let,
exactly the same.
let me think.
Yeah, and he's going to stand, and he stands every chance of becoming mayor of New York City because he's a radical, he's a Democrat, And well, there's nothing wrong with being democratic, but it's not a democrat the way they work in various towns, countries, and especially in the United States. But there again, is this another Islamic push to create as many mayors as they can, get as much power as they can?
Mm.
And I believe it won't be long before friend Sadiq is on his bike. He's
Well,
gone
Johnny
one
will hope
step
so.
too far.
I really hope so. I really, really hope so. I can't, but you see, he will be protected by Starmer, won't he? Because they're all friends, aren't
They're
they?
all friends. They're big
Lord
mates.
Herman, another one. They're all in the same boys' club together, so he'll be protected. I just want to know when the next election is, because but then the trouble is, there's a lot of people that probably in London would support him because there's a lot of Muslims there.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And it will be proved, I am confident, and again I use the word allegedly, that the voting fraud
Hmm.
that's gone on in the US and in London
Hmm.
with electronic voting
Hmm.
will confirm
Definitely.
what we all know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. The vote I think is rigged because especially where the last election at the election, I mean he was funding a mosque or something, was Starmer, and of course he got the Muslim vote,
Yes,
which is why he doesn't want to sort out the problems, isn't it? Did you see in the paper the other
simple as
day? He said he wants to be in power for the next 10 years.
that. Well, it can be as long as it's somewhere far from British.
But this is where I say he's not listening. He's not listening to how disliked he is. And he's not listening, and he just thinks, oh, I'll stay in power for, well, how's that going to happen?
Well, does that remind you of Sir Keir? Yes, it does. They're all the same breed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you what, we'll go on to a hero of mine. Well, personally speaking, a lot of people will disagree with this. I've got a lot of regard for Suella Braverman.
Oh, yes.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you where it came from. Originally, GB News took her up to north of the border, where there are particularly militant people, very anti-Tory, when she was high up in the Tory ranks. And the way she dealt with them so gracefully,
Mm.
so patiently, whereas a fella maybe would have gone in there and gave them what he got from them, she just accepted it and calmly presented her case. And I thought, oh, she's out of the normal. Now, I'm going to link her with, in one sense, actually, with Sarah Pochin, who's been in terrible trouble.
Mm.
Yes, you could have phrased what she said a different way. Clumsy, yes. But as we've mentioned before, we're a bit worried about Nigel jumping on this the same day. Apologise, Sarah, please. I hope it does stop there because 99% of the UK, I exaggerate, it's only probably 98%, would agree with absolutely everything she said.
It was just an observation.
Yes, it was an opinion.
Yeah.
Not allowed those anymore.
No.
I've
But I
got
mean,
I've got another opinion, um, and it's potentially anti-white racism has crept into so much in our society.
yes, definitely.
And you see anti-white in NHS ads, you see anti-white in RAF ads, and you see anti-white in university adverts. Who is coming into our university?
Mm.
If you reverse that and said, we don't want any blacks, we just want whites, in the same way that these adverts portray, you'd be in jail.
Absolutely right. You would be. People don't, and I think there are a lot of black people that are racist against us, and that never gets a mention. Never gets a mention. And I'm permanently upset by the human rights of all these foreigners that are coming in. We're not allowed to call them illegal anymore, are we? They're supposed to be irregular. No, tell it what it is. They are illegal. They come in without their paperwork. But all the human rights lawyers that hang around Dover sorting this lot out, they don't. What about our human rights?
Yes, indeed. Well, we leave that to think about. we're not racist, we're not anti-black. I don't see colour. Where I was
No,
brought
I
up, there
don't
were all
either.
sorts going on. And I
I
don't care. My best mate happened to be Indian, but I never saw him as an Indian.
No, no, you don't. And that's what's lovely about children, actually. They don't see color.
Exactly that.
They're just children. They're just children playing with children, and they just don't. It's adults that sort of distort their thinking. And it's awful. I am not racist at all. I am really, I suppose what I'm against is the government that allows this ongoing situation where I just want our heritage and what we represent and stand for. I want that protected. That's all I'm saying. And if you're going to let these people come in with knives and goodness knows what else, it's dreadful. It's dreadful. You're not controlling it. And then didn't it? I don't know whether it's going to happen, but the border force were going to go on strike.
That'll help. Which leads on to Huntingdon, of course. We've got to mention that. We've been sent video of this chap. We've got to check it out.
Hmm.
So we're going to use that dreaded word allegedly again. The same morning as the stabbings, he was in a barber shop with the same implement, chasing a guy out of the barber shop. The police were called by the barber shop and they never turned up.
Exactly. And it could
And
all have been prevented.
yes,
And in the evening when he did the stabbings, he had the same clothes on. Very clear photo of his face as well. And it's him. It's definitely.
well, we'll
Unless
say
allegedly, yes, of course, it could be
that.
AI. That's very
Yeah,
true. Yeah, yeah,
but it would surprise me if it wasn't the
yeah. I
truth.
mean, yeah, it doesn't look like a setup. I mean, my golly, I mean, it must have been terrified if you were sat in the barber seat yourself and this comes in wailing a knife. It's frightening. But then again, you see, that guy who's been arrested, um, he's British born, isn't he?
Yes,
He's
it
he's
is.
not someone that came in on a rubber boat. I
No,
mean,
but if he's not integrated, if he's carrying on his African in a particular country and we know who they are,
yes.
heritage that way,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
if he's not
yeah, that's right. I mean, but I mean, if you've only got to, add in some cannabis, so a lot of cannabis smoking that actually does completely muck your mind up, and then go online if he's lonely and all of that. People sat in their bedrooms being radicalized online. You don't know.
no, he was completely out of it
Oh, totally.
in the barber shop, never mind what he did on the
Mm,
train. Um,
absolutely
but
terrifying.
I'm going to say we can forgive the police not picking up shoplifters. No, we can't. But when it comes to something like this, no excuse,
There's
plod.
no excuse. There's no
No,
excuse. I said to the people this morning who sent that to me, I said, you really do need to report this in because if you've got that and it is him, then and your call in or the barber shop call in to help from the police, then that has got to be a case for the IOPC, doesn't it?
I would think so. But anything goes these days, as we know. Um, Not akin to it because the heart and mind are two separate things. But I'm thinking of dear old Wales and Poppy Day and the reaction and Penarth down there in South Wales, whereby social media fueling again has come out, and one thinks of the Caerphilly by-election and the politically diverse voting there. We've got to get Plaid Cymru and whatever we do. Plaid Cymru hate everybody else, especially the Tories.
Mm.
And if you're a Tory or Reform, then you're going to be coming and being threatened. And people in Penarth are threatening because they see the danger of Reform coming in and sweeping Wales because they want Plaid, who are extremely left. You think Starmer's left? Well, Plaid Cymru, and we've come across over the years, having lived in Wales for many years, they are not nice bunnies in a lot of places. And when they're threatening people, that is not democracy. That's got to be stamped on, of course.
Mm.
Nothing will be done.
No, I don't know much about Welsh politics, to be honest. I don't. It does seem to sort of operate separate from Scotland somehow. Scotland seem more integrated,
Oh,
and
it's completely different.
yeah,
Most
yeah,
of the Welsh are not foolish enough to say, we want our, a lot of them are, but a lot aren't. We want our own country. In Scotland, they say, clear off, we've got oil. Yeah,
yeah.
well, you've seen what Mr. Milliband, that's a good name for him. Mr. Milliband has done with his oil. He stopped us all having things. Don't rely on something, especially if you're relying on
But
politics.
I saw in the paper, this papers this morning, was it, or something online this morning I saw, which is absolutely wrong, that children are being like told in schools that reform are extremist and it's racist to show the poppy and the Union Jack. I
It's
mean, it's
perfectly
absolutely
true.
appalling.
We've
It's
just had
appalling.
that through our news desk, and they're getting at the kids, the leftists.
Dreadful.
We mentioned in a previous program
Mm,
they're the most left of the blob that is
mm.
actually building or destroying our country.
Well, you worry about these people being in front of classes of children. And we already known for years it's in universities, and we've known that. I mean, winding up students and all of that. But I mean, I just think you're talking maybe you're in front of a class of 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds,
Uh,
impressionable youngsters
and
who,
they're being told that Farage is Hitler. If you want
yeah. I mean, it's dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful. And I mean, but the trouble is, I mean, the history curriculum's so bad they probably don't even know who Hitler is.
let alone Farage. No, we're in strange times. Why I'm particularly annoyed about the Welsh thing is that they're tying this up with Poppy Day. They don't want to
Mm.
know about Poppy Day, as many other sections of our society don't want to know about Poppy Day. There are some of our ethnic society whose family have fought for us in many wars, and
Yeah.
they think about Poppy Day, and they turn up in early November. But I tell you what, there's a lot of the other community that don't want to know. If you're here in Britain, integrate, follow the local language and laws and events that we put on, please,
Exactly.
because you'll never become part
Exactly.
of it.
And if you're not going to do that and you don't want to do it, then go back. There must have been something why, well, because the reason they want to come over here is because they want to sort of take over us, don't they? That's the point.
That is the point, and people are now starting to
I
wake
think
up.
they're starting to see it. I think,
Now, this is not anti, if you like, Muslim Sharia law, although we shouldn't have Sharia law. It's nothing to do with British law.
no. Well, you
And
don't come to a country. I mean, I don't go to Dubai and start bringing in British laws.
no, indeed.
You
Well,
wouldn't be allowed to. Neither should you be.
you would lose the parts of your
Yeah, well, yeah, fair enough.
yes.
If you want to do that, go back to your own. But the thing with the Islam, it is a lot of Muslims. It is about wanting to take over the West, and that's what you're now seeing.
Half the Muslims, at least, are super people. They might be Muslims, they've got their own sets of belief. That's okay. It's free country, free choice. But a lot of them, and it's not just the 1 or 2% that we are led to believe, it's a whole lot bigger than
Mm,
that that
mm,
wants a caliphate, that want
yeah.
to take over our country, who are doing this through the mayoral thing and other MP thing, and blow me down. The MPs actually want to be MPs in their own countries at the same time as being an MP
Yeah,
in.
well, that's awful, isn't it? I mean, that I saw that at the weekend. I thought, oh, please, you really are cheeky. I mean, but it's not just men, is it? I mean, there's women as well. There's women that are Muslim women that are very strident about this.
Right, I've got another one for you, and this is a nice one, just for £52 million being spent on a road to nowhere in Central
Oh, that
South America, in
you could,
Guyana. Ah, but I mean,
you,
again, you don't get the full story. Let me give you the full story. It so happens that this road that goes out into the jungle and is costing a British taxpayer 52 million, very close to that road is the biggest oil refinery, I think, in South America.
Ah.
And there's a deal going on here, but nobody admits it. But what are we going to get out of it? Nobody tells you. But there's so much of this government that is smoke and mirrors.
Oh, yes.
You
Yes,
think,
definitely.
what's going to come out of this?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, the Greens are going potty, but there is plenty of jungle. Don't let that cloud the situation. The fact is that think of the number of potholes could be filled in with that 52 million.
The amount of money they waste. But I mean, how do they make these decisions? How do they get these decisions through when they're not even discussed in the House?
It's not democratic. This is not
It is not a
democratic.
democracy. We are absolutely not a democracy. No way. People think we are, then they're completely deluded.
And there is a reason for this, and that's the quality, in this case, of the socialist department. And you think, oh, he's gone on about socialists. Well, I'm just revealing the truth.
Mm.
If you look at the number of businessmen, fingers on one hand, none in the cabinet, how can they run a country with
Mm.
no business experience? Well, I'll
Yeah,
tell
well, that's it. That's exactly it, isn't it? They don't. I mean, Rupert Lowe, I think, is very good. I mean, he's got a brain. He's very good, and you need the people that have run businesses. You really do. Robert Jenrick's good. I think he's another one that. But they have no experience whatsoever. I mean, Rachel Reeves. Oh my goodness me, that is just such a
well,
such a train crash. I mean, she should go. And they've now come out, haven't they? Some estate agents that said, she was warned 2 or 3 times that she needed to get this license. I mean,
in fact,
it's
two estate
dreadful. It's
agents.
dishonest. It's illegal.
It is indeed that, but again, you look at the background. Will the markets be upset by getting rid of her? Probably, but Sir Keir's got no spine. He doesn't want anything to go wrong until after the event. Then it's too late, of course, flipping and flopping all over the place. But there's no reason. There's a lot more road along this that we can travel. We don't know, but I tell you what, it stinks.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, it does. Absolutely, it does. I mean, they must think we're stupid. That's what I find so offensive, that they carry on as if we don't see through it. It's so transparent. And yet we can't do anything about it. I was talking to somebody on Talk TV the other day, just privately, and I said, I mean, how do you get these people out before the damage is so bad? How do you get them out? And no one knows. I mean, I say again, I've said it before, we should have midterm elections.
Yes, and even less than that. What do you think about well, the daily assault on our women and girls throughout the United Kingdom?
Terrible.
Frightened to go out.
No, it's
This
terrible.
is absolutely wrong. You daren't let your kids play outside where there's more learning going on than in most classrooms.
Well, you've only got to look at just like James, who came on your show, and I chased the police on Friday, right? So his daughter was assaulted by three migrants, irregular migrants, near Hillingdon, near where the mall was, and she was pushed up against a wall, and they groped her all over. Anyway, and I have seen the crime report. That was on the 24th of August, and no police had come out at all. So I rang up. I rang the police on Friday. They said, "Well, why are you getting involved?" I said, "Because he's given me permission. I have written permission that I can talk to you." "Oh, who are you?" So I said, "Oh, I was." And then they said, "Oh, well, yeah, well, somebody has been out to see them and a take statement has been taken." So I said, "Oh, okay, fine." So I rang James, and this is on Friday. So Friday was what, the 31st of October. So I rang James and I said, "Oh, I'm a bit confused. The police said that they've been out." He said, "Yeah, they came out yesterday." So over 2 months.
Oh,
And it was a sexual assault over 2 months. Isn't it amazing that as he's been so in the front line at the moment with Hillingdon and all of that, how the police suddenly decided to respond over 2 months after this groping and sexual assault happened.
Yeah, we're in a bit of a pickle to say the least. And while we're in the pickle, let's look at Halloween. It's gone now. Hooray! And,
Yeah, I don't.
um, we did mention again something about this. I don't like Halloween for various reasons, but I'll tell you what I like. Bonfire night, about to descend on us. But actually, it's a very good moral simile, let's call it, to where we are at the moment. Health and safety potty. Now, I know that there's going to be some injuries.
Always is.
I've got a very close mate that says, or hates the phrase rather, um, take care. We're always saying, take care, as though we're in New York police force and saying, it's rough out there, take care. No, it's not. He says, I don't believe in that phrase. Take chances. He says that's his phrase.
I would say considered chances. I am very risk aware.
You're very good. Well, I used to teach
So
him.
I do like seeing them. I like seeing the proper organized displays. I mean, I can remember all those years when we were kids, and you had this that little Roman candle, and Dad would go up with the match, and there'd be my mother going, "I think it's lit. I think it's lit, Ron. Step back," and
Oh, I know. It's
and the
I think
Catherine wheel. Do you remember the Catherine wheel that you like nailed to the tree?
it never worked. It was rubbish. I know.
And the jumping jacks. Do you remember that?
Oh, the rip wraps, or what call them what you like. But listen, that
But
was
I
good
quite
fun.
like seeing them in the distance. I quite like seeing them when there's an organized thing. But I just think it's an absolute waste of money when you see them in the shops
Oh,
being
the
sold.
joy I had throwing a rip wrap underneath the lady. Yes, feet. I better say that. And
I like sparklers. I do like
oh,
sparklers.
that actually that's boring. Well, listen, do you remember the days that, and this happened, 6 or 7 weeks, you had a lot of joy out of bonfire night. The greatest joy was going around and stealing the wood, the bonfire that some
Yeah.
stupid people started at the beginning, at the end of September, rather. They deserve to have the wood pinch and it finishes up on your bonfire.
But do you remember? I was driving around the other day, and I thought, do you remember you used to have you used to make a guy, didn't you? A guy Fawkes that sat on the front, and you'd be sat outside your front garden with penny for the guy, penny for the guy.
Now you will know who we would make an image of.
Oh,
He's
I know
taking
who I'd
the
stick on top of the fire. Yeah.
bird.
I'm thinking
Probably
of making
so.
an effigy of Keir Starmer, actually, and his merry men,
I'm
and
new,
having a public burning down at the cricket field.
but it was a lot of fun, and yes, there were occasionally injuries, but it was worth it. They've taken all the joy out.
Oh yeah, and it was really nice to have sausage and onion. Sausage, you remember the you'd have like hot dogs, wouldn't you? With
Yeah, and parking cake and
yeah,
treacle.
yeah, and
It was wonderful
jacket
time.
potatoes, and yeah,
And
I used to love all that.
but the control has taken over. The big controller
Yeah,
taken
yeah,
over. And it's not just on bonfire night, they're doing it everywhere. You're
yeah.
required not to take any risks. Therefore, you don't learn anything.
Well, that's it, isn't it? That's
Ask
that.
any good
Yeah, I
woman.
mean, that is how you become streetwise, isn't it? Really, because you get sort of sharpened up to what life is. I think, yeah, I think you can be overly protected. I do. But yeah, I'm a bit risk averse, really. Oh my gosh, when my daughter came, my daughter came over from Bermuda last month. She bought some indoor fireworks. Oh my word!
What?
Nearly burnt the cottage down.
I
I said,
know they're dangerous.
are you sure the smoke alarms were going off? You go and do it in your own house back in Bermuda. Don't burn mine down. Oh, she's going, that is a bit robust, that one, isn't it? A bit. It's nearly taking out the light fittings.
Listen, we are running out of time, but there's one that we've got to cover. And it started actually, I'm pleased to say, on some mainstream media, and that's the teaching of sex ed in our schools. It's got completely out of hand.
Oh,
Number of reasons. It ain't controlled. if you want a maths teacher or a physics teacher, ask two subjects as just compare the hoops you go through. You've got to use the courses and they are vetted and controlled, which it should be in this case. There's room for control here. But the sex education is a Cinderella. And largely the teachers who are 90% ultra left wing, we must experiment, we must go into this and give the child the option of what to do. And what's happened, of course, they've gone online, the teachers, and downloaded pornographic programs. It's healthy, they say, just to discuss this until they find out after 12 months of this, 52% of the boys think it's natural
Oh,
and
I know.
normal. And the girls like it when you have sex with them at age 12. If
Uh,
you are also rough with them and pretend, inverted commas, to strangle them at the
yeah,
same
there's no,
time.
rough sex does not stand up in court. I'm forever teaching this to teenagers and younger and year six kids of 11, 12 years old that, if you do, and they will, because one in four children, is it one in four children aged 10 and 11 and 12 are watching pornography, right? That's come from Ofcom. So they're doing it anyway, they're watching it anyway. And of course that distorts their mind and you can't unsee what you've seen. And then the teenagers from sort of like 13 to 50, it's one in three kids, and I'm sure it's more than that. Because you can always be looking over someone's shoulder, can't you? But I've actually said to them, this is not how it works. And I said, why do you watch it? And nearly all of them will say, because sex education in schools is crap. And well, I know that, you know that. So, and I don't think teachers should be teaching it. They should be getting specific people in who are experts. And anyway, what's wrong with the parents? Why aren't the parents saying something to the kids? It's ridiculous. Step up. And to me, that is something like teaching your kids about the birds and the bees is something that every parent should be doing. I mean, for goodness sake, I mean, you produced a child through this, and why is it embarrassing to talk about it?
And there's a bit of lazy teaching in this because they're just downloading all the material they need online. Where does the material come from? It's the pornographic industry.
Yeah.
That's where you get it. And once you're trapped, it is the closest thing to hard wiring a girl or a boy
Well, absolutely. I mean,
into
I
drug
mean, the
taking.
boys.
It is a drug.
It's it. Boys are definitely becoming more aggressive, and girls are becoming more compliant. And the girls will say to me, "Oh, well, that's what the boys want." I said, "Have you heard the word no?" You just say no, thank you, walk away. You don't have to do it. Just it's not a competition to, it's dreadful. It's not. And I say to the boys, it's not. Go home and ask your mum and dad if that's what they do. What you're watching, ask your mum and dad if that's what they do. Oh, I could,
Oh, they don't do that.
yeah, that's it. But they won't be doing it. I can assure you.
Well, again, you drill down and you get some alarming results here. Guess who's actually supporting this freedom and freedom of speech in the classroom? Childline, part of the
Oh, that doesn't
big,
surprise
big,
me at
big
all.
mates of NSPCC.
I have got no time for NSPCC. I've
No,
no
I
time for
know.
them. I haven't for years, and Childline, and no, I haven't for years. I don't subscribe to it at all. I think they're
They've
no,
lost the plot,
they
Marilyn.
have completely lost the plot.
Yeah,
They
and
have completely lost the plot.
UNESCO, the same. They're supporting this. The World Health Organization, which should be renamed the World Sickness Organization,
Yeah.
are supporting it. It's taken over by the porn industry, and we're stupid enough not to realize that.
Oh, well, people don't bother, do they? They don't do research on what is my child learning. And why are they learning it? And of course, the trouble is, you're not allowed to our schools anymore see the content of the curriculum, which, frankly, I would be removing my
Come
child.
on, you must suss that out, surely. I'll tell you who has, Miriam Cates.
Oh, she's brilliant.
Lord,
I love her.
she is, but
She is so good. She
she's
is
gone to
really good.
she's gone to GB News now.
Yes, she has. She's very good. She was such a good MP, and she did some amazing speeches at some of the select committees. She's very
Yes,
good indeed. Very, very good.
Well,
Um,
that's your good news. We've got no really good news for you today. Not even really good recipes. But a little bird, being you, told me that they've made an omelette with
no, no, I made scrambled egg yesterday morning and I put some mayonnaise in it.
ah.
And Roger said to me, "Oh, this looks different." I said, "Well, you've got to guess the ingredients." And I said, "Can you guess it?" And he couldn't guess it because it's so you don't taste it, do you? But it does make the eggs fluffy. I have to say that it did make them fluffy and tasted nice.
It does. And the other
Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought it?
Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought that a massive teaspoon, a dessert spoon, or even two, of strawberry or raspberry jam, another chef's tip here, in a curry. Now,
Oh, really?
yes, exactly. Oh, really? You tell me, but it lifts the curry taste out. You don't taste strawberry jam, but you try it
Yeah, but that's, you see, like I sometimes put black pepper on
on
strawberries
strawberries. It's like
and
that.
it brings out the taste. It does definitely bring out the taste more. It's interesting, isn't it? I must try that. I must try
Well,
that.
well, I'll have to charge out for these tips.
Yes.
We should leave you in peace and
All
we'll
right. Well, have a lovely week and talk to you later.
see you. Bye.
Have a good week. Bye bye.